And welcome back to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from Stygon Void Dragon, I think that was the name. And you asked the question, who would win in fight, The Walking Dead or Leatherface? Now, I have to assume when you ask this particular what if, who would win? When you ask this particular who would win, you're asking about Leatherface himself, not the family. Versus the Walking Dead world, the world that the Walking Dead is set in. So the zombies, not necessarily like Negan or anything like that, but you're asking about, could Leatherface survive in the Walking Dead? So that's what I'm going to be going off with. So Leatherface is obviously not a real character. He is a fictional slasher, though. Excuse me. The events of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one, are in fact based on a compilation of real events. Like the actual event itself, there was no one single event that was a perfect, recreation, or this was not a perfect one-to-one recreation of any specific event, but it was a combination of events put together. So there is a level of truth to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's just sporadically taken apart into different pieces and put into one whole. But Leatherface, he's the matriarch, if you will, or sorry, not matriarch, sorry, that's mother. Sorry, I have a bit of a headache at the moment. He's the patriarch of his family, and therefore he's the breadwinner, if you will, the meat winner. He's a pretty beefy dude, but he does seem to have, about the strength you'd have someone that size. He is built. His main weapon of choice is a chainsaw. Unfortunately, those things run out of gas, but they are good for cutting. He does also carry a meat hammer around. That said, Leatherface is not a very intelligent individual. It's implied that he has some sort of mental deficiency, be it actual mental retardation, stunted growth, something along those lines. So honestly, he's acting a lot out of fear half the time, and obviously providing for his family. But yeah, he's still, you still don't want to deal with a psychopath with a chainsaw, let's be fair. But the Walking Dead scenario is there is a virus that happened that basically killed off a certain percentage of people. If I'm not mistaken. Now, to be fair, I never don't watch or even read The Walking Dead. I've never even, or the Fear the Walking Dead, where we know that's kind of more the origin story of it. But if I remember correctly, it was a virus that basically, when you die, you become a zombie. Or if you're bitten by the zombie, obviously, you will become a zombie unless you were to take off a limb. But if I'm not mistaken, I think it killed a certain portion, even small or big. They turned into zombies, and then, the virus started to spread, obviously. The catch about the Walking Dead universe is that everyone actually has the virus in them. So no matter what, if they die, they're going to turn into a zombie. It doesn't matter. Like, if they just die naturally, they're going to turn into a zombie. Now, the Walking Dead universe, though, it does have its limitations in terms, like, the zombies, by all accounts, act like your standard run-of-the-mill, foot-dragging horde of mindless and man-eating monsters. But unlike, say, with, like, when you see, like, supernatural reasons for zombies being risen, there is very much a biological component to the zombies. As you can see in the picture here, these zombies are much later in the season where the flesh on the zombie is rotting away. Like, they are decomposing. In theory, if you could just wait out for maybe a year or two, most of the zombies are going to take care of themselves. Like, they're just going to decompose, rot away. They're not going to be able to handle a winter, like, especially like upper north winter, where it can go at like minus below very quickly. They're just going to freeze stiff and solid. Even if they manage to survive that, it's just going to increase the decay even further. But given the fact that we're in Texas, we have to assume the scenario takes place in Texas. Kind of how it happened when I did Negan versus Leatherface. So the question is, could Leatherface survive? Would he survive against a horde of zombies? Would he survive against individuals? Or would he survive the world in general? Well, the long and short answer is actually, even if I gave him the advantage of having his family by his side, the long and short answer of this is no. Leatherface would lose against the Walking Dead world. And the reason for that is very simple. The Walking Dead world is full of, the Walking Dead world is, full of people and zombies. But if he's going up against zombies, and they're dumb enough to, like, say, especially some fresh-made zombies, eat those zombies, which they would probably be dumb enough, they probably wouldn't even consider it, especially if they were, like, in the distance, they just shoot them, drag them, and eat them, then they're zombies, and they're dead. So, because no one in that family is overly bright. like there's a couple individuals who aren't stupid. Like they've been getting away with this because the sheriff is in on it. Excuse me. But yeah, no one in that family is overly bright. So they see what they think is a person walking around in the distance. Sheriff maybe pops him and they bring it in and put him on the hook for eating. That's done and done. So the family's screwed. Even if we're just taking Leatherface into account and having him up against like a horde of 30 or some odd zombies, the horde is going to overwhelm because even though a chainsaw is good for cutting limbs, you could probably get like a clean cut off and almost like get through it in one go. But a body does take more effort, and the zombies we know can survive being like just dismembered. Like take their head off, they're useless. But even a zombie's head, as long as the brain is still intact, will still function. So yeah, ultimately Leatherface has the problem of if he gets trapped, like say in a horde like Rick did in that, and I've seen a couple episodes of Walking Dead. I'm not completely oblivious to what goes on in it, but like when he goes into the city on the horse and the horse gets taken down and he has to hide in the tank, like it's literally like a swarm of what looks like 100 of them or so at least. Yeah, Leatherface is screwed. He's absolutely screwed. He has no firearms. He's only got his hammer and the chainsaw. The chainsaw's going to run out of gas eventually, and he's going to he's going to rely on the chainsaw mostly. And by the time he's done with the chainsaw, and that can't be used anymore except for maybe like a bludgeoning weapon kind of, he's going to be too tired to really get any good efficient hits in. So even if he tries to run, he's too beefy and bulky to really have a lot of good cardio on his side. So yeah, he's going to be overrun. So Leatherface ultimately would lose to the Walking Dead world because of just the nature of who Leatherface is. He's a cannibal. He's not very bright. And he's not really in that great a shape. At least depending on your interpretation. Some of the remade versions, he's in better shape than like what we get here. Instead of this just guy in a suit and tie and gut. But yeah, my money goes on The Walking Dead. But what do you think? Put in the comments below, let me know. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Real quick, and I want to address this only because, not because it bothered me personally, but it bothered me in a different way than what would normally do. So obviously, I've been doing this YouTube stuff for a while now, and because of the online spectrum, you're going to get a lot of people who give you their interpretations, positive and negative, and that's fine. I can take that roll of punches. But every now and then, I will get a comment, whether it be directed to me or directed to someone else. This particular comment was directed to me. And ultimately, I didn't care about it directed to me. I cared about it because I don't want that in the comments at all. Where I had a guy, and again, I'm not going to name the guy, to be fair. I'm going to at least be that civil, unlike you were, who commented on my Agent 47 versus Olga video. I believe that was the name of it. Yeah. Golgo 13. And apparently, the guy's comment got actually removed because of the algorithm, because it was basically kind of like, it was a little bit hate speech-ish. And basically, I've now removed the comment because he actually had to copy it, and basically because he realized his comment got taken down by the algorithm, so he had to copy it with a different terminology. So basically, what he basically says, and I don't have the full comment again because I've not deleted it. I just have it in my notifications. Jesus Christ, the autism is strong with this one. I thought it'd be an entertaining, comprehensive video of animation and analysis. Instead, it's just some Aspie sitting on his mom's couch, just rambling or something like that. But that got removed, and now it said, "Wow, the Aspie is strong." Obviously implying that I apparently have Asperger's. Now let's be very clear. I have never been diagnosed with Asperger's. For all I know, maybe I do have it. As far as I know, I don't. But I can take that and be like, whatever. And what's weird is that's not the first person who's ever brought that up either. That I had someone be a lot more polite about it and just ask me if I had it. This was in high school. But the kid also was kind of a dick. He was a dick without realizing he was a dick. And I was never really fond of the kid. So when he asked that, I'm just like, first off, why do you just randomly go up and ask someone that? That's really like crass. Not crass. That's really just blunt and kind of rude. But furthermore, it was the whole thing was like, why are you asking me that? So I don't really care if someone throws something like that towards me. It's not cool. Whatever. I acknowledge that. It's like, but more than a point, it's like, if you're that kind of person to make that kind of comment and think it's okay to make that kind of comments about someone, be it me or someone else, and that's really it. I cared more about the fact that this was the kind of person they were showing themselves to be. I'm like, no. Not to be fair, I have not removed them from the comment section yet. I will give them another chance maybe later down the line, because maybe this is just a one-off kind of thing. But if that happens again, to the person who did that, you will be just banned from the comment section. And you can say whatever comment you... Because I can hear it now. If by chance they see this video and see this part of the video, it says, oh, screw you, dude. It's like, oh, yeah, did I hurt you feelings? Like, no, you're just an asshole. If you're going to be an asshole to me or someone else, to me, I don't care. You can go through the comments all you want and just see people who hardly disagree with me. And that's perfectly fine. But when you're negatively attacking someone... No, it's not cool. And again, it's not me. I don't give a shit if you don't like what I do and comment about that. But I give a shit when you're showing off the kind of person you are, and I don't want that kind of stuff in the comment sections. I want people to be able to have fun in the comment sections, not feel discriminated, not feel attacked. Sure, there's some heated debates going on, certainly, and I can't mediate all of them. But yeah, grow the fuck up is honestly what this comes down to. It's like, this is 2021, and you actually think it's cool to be talking to people like that or addressing people like that. If you actually think it's funny, you're an idiot. You're just a fucking moron. So yeah, I just wanted to address that goes for everyone, obviously. But so yeah, if someone tries to like think they're funny or just make comments like that or even be a troll, you're just gonna get removed. That's just it. You're going to get removed. So, anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, want to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified, and I'll see you folks next time. Later, I still got my Black Widow review. I didn't do it last night. Me and my girlfriend took our time getting back, and yeah. So, anyway, it's fine. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.